Hello class, here's my practice video on Pop Goes the Weasel. So first I'm going to play it for you once through, and I do want you to feel that pulse. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So in a 3/4 time signature, what is a strong beat? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Beat 1, right? So first I'll play it and notice my bow, how much bow I'm using on the half note and how little bow I'm using on the quarter note. 1, 2, 3. See, I'm using a full bow, and I'm stopping the bow completely between the hooked bow notes. So the hooked bowing is 2 or more notes played in the same direction with a stop between each note, which is the key here. So we do need to stop the bow, which is different than a tie. A tie, we don't stop the note between the bows. What's the difference between a tie and a slur? Slurs are 2 or more different notes. Ties are 2 or more same notes. Hooked bows, it can be same or different notes, but the key is stopping the bow between each note. So let's play together just the first measure on repeat. So open D string is all you need to do right now. We're going to play down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. And notice how much bow you're using on the half note. 1, so let's get our violins or cellos ready and we'll play together. You can actually watch your bow too. 1, 2, 3. This is not only great practice for your hooked bows, stopping your bow, also bow distribution, using your full bow. Lots of bow, little, lots of bow, little. Another great thing is hinging from the elbow. Watch. So I'm going to turn towards you this way so you can see my straight bow exactly between the fingerboard and the bridge, maybe a little bit closer to the bridge. And you can see how straight it is. I'm going to try to make it as straight as possible. 1, 2, 3. And you can see from my elbow, find a mirror in your practice this week. Turn this direction so you're looking at yourself in the mirror, making sure the bow is parallel to the bridge. Your elbow is at the right height, right? Talking about string crossing, your elbow's at the right height for the D string. You're only hitting one string at a time. Let's play together one more time. We're going to do open D, hooked bows, 4 times in a row. Instruments ready? 1, 2, 3. Notice also my bow is not coming off the string. It's just a small bite at the beginning of the note with your pointer finger and a release at the end. You can actually see my bow stick coming closer to the bow hair. Watch again. So sometimes we get a scratchy sound and we forget to release at the end of the note, which sounds like this. It's forgetting to release. It's also not stopping your bow completely. So let's actually try Pop Goes the Weasel together. So you can keep it really nice 3/4 pulse or feeling that one strong beat. We're gonna go about that speed. I'll count you off. I'll count 2 measures off so you can get prepared and you can hear the tempo. And then we'll play together. We're just gonna try the first line for now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. you want to notice is that on your full bows are the legato notes. So measures 3 and measures 4. I don't stop the bow at all between the bow changes. Let's go ahead and look at measures 3 and 4 and look how much bow I'm using for those quarter notes and how much bow I'm using for the dotted half note. I'm going to start in measure 3. Watch my bow. 1, 2, 3. How much bow did I use for those quarter notes? A full bow, yes. Which means, do we have to move our bow faster or slower to get the full bow in a shorter amount of time? Faster, you got it. Okay, let's try together the first line again and notice how much bow you're using on the legato note. See if you can hear a continuous sound. I'll count 2 measures off again in 3. Violins and cellos ready. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. So the same idea of a hooked bow goes for any staccato note you play, making sure that you are stopping the bow completely between each note. Be really, really, really picky about your intonation. The Andy Reiner video I shared with you is a great way to practice with that D drone, or you can use your own cellos or violins and record yourself playing. Right, a D drone, so you can go ahead and practice your intonation with that. Let's see. Another great thing to practice looking at the Essential Elements book are all the skill builders. Numbers 169 through 173, 177 through 180, and then if we go on to the scales, 183 to 187. Especially 183 through 187, those are all your major scales here. So I'm going to turn my page, just use my hand in the camera there, so you can, let's look at, how about the C major scale? And if we look at line 186, you can practice this for bow distribution, for legato bows, and you can even add some of your own slurs in if you want to practice slurs. So what that might look like is this. I'm going to play it as written first, and then I'm going to add some slurs. 186. Long bows for the quarter notes. Eighth notes get less bow, so I'm still at the tip for the long bow, quarter note, up bow. I'll play the first 4 measures so you can see that. And then I'll go ahead and play the whole thing if you want to play along with me. 1, 2. So notice after the long bow, up bow, I stay at the frog. This is what we call bow distribution, how we distribute our bow for the amount of counts we have, where we need to end up in the bow to have a nice sound for our long bows. So let's just go ahead and play the C major scale together once. Let's be picky about our intonation. Cellos, make sure you're using 2s for the C natural. Violins, make sure you're using low 2 on the A string for the C natural. I'll go a little bit slower so we can all play together. This is for intonation and bow distribution. 1, 2, 1, 2. End there, if you do the repeat, notice the lift. That little breath mark is the lift. The last 4 measures of this, what do we call that? An arpeggio. Great. So an arpeggio, or arpeggios, are a fantastic way to practice keeping your fingers hovered over the fingerboard. Notice, I'll give you a second to play this. Notice what finger you can keep down the entire time to act as your anchor. Try it. You're 1, right? this way so you can see how my fingers are hovered. Little lift-offs, right? We've talked about lift-offs in some of your lessons. You just lift your finger up and back down and up and back down. Good, this is a great one to practice in all the keys, 183 to 186 or 7. The last thing I want to work on with this is adding some slurs in. Slurs seem to be more difficult when we have string crossings. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to put in slurs in every beat. So when you have a quarter note, obviously no slur. When you have eighth notes, you're just going to slur 2 eighth notes together. It'll sound like this. Not many string crossings on the slurs here, so that's another reason why it's good to practice with slurs. Slurs, if you're playing a whole beat in one bow, should you use less bow or more bow? More bow, you got it. One more time, let's try it together with slurs, and then I'll leave you to practice on your own, being picky about intonation, keeping your fingers hovered, stopping your bow between all the staccato notes or the hooked bows, and nice long bows, smooth bow changes for the slurs. One more time, 186 together with slurs this time. Don't worry about the bowings that are marked in because our bow is going to be opposite. And then I'll leave you to practice. I'll count 2 measures intro a little bit slower. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and... So I hope this helps. If you have any other lines that you want to specifically work on, maybe 182, Surprise Symphony, or Bluebird, or Cripple Creek, 188, that's a fun piece to play, to work on. Let me know, and I can make another video for you, and I hope you have a great week.